Essuah. I work with the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, and I'm the director responsible for policy planning, monitoring and evaluation. As all other ministries, the ministry is responsible for coordinating, initiating policies, programs, reviewing laws, regulations that enhances the operation within the environment, science, technology and innovation sector. And as everybody knows, the Ministry of Environment works directly with its key implementing agency, which is the Environmental Protection Agency. They actually lead on implementing programs that are related to climate change. And we all know that climate change issues, when not managed properly, have dire consequences that results in disasters, flooding, changes in temperature that affect food production. A number of issues climate change, when not managed well, comes with. And therefore, in terms of disaster risk reduction, the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and its agencies have a part to play. Ministries are responsible for formulating policies, monitoring the implementation of the policies. So one of the key things that the ministry has worked on is the climate change policy. And focus area 3 of the policy looks at increased resilience of vulnerable communities. So like we rightly said, if communities are not empowered, their capacities are not built, they are not given information on early warning systems such that they can be able to organize themselves and properly adapt to the changes that climate change comes with, then it's something that has to be looked at. And the climate change policy has a whole focus area that looks at that area. In terms of activities, like any other climate or environment related policy, because environment is a cross-cutting area, the activities are not directly implemented by the ministry, but we expect that our stakeholders, our key partners that we work with, also implement the activities within the policy. And for instance, a few institutions that were identified within the policy that needed their capacity to be built was the institution of NADMO, because we reckon and recognize the role they play in terms of coordinating disaster management. Climate change related issues must be addressed across sectors. So like multi-sectorial approach to implementing issues that have to do with the consequences of climate change. So I expect that in terms of governance structures that should be put in place, we should have all key stakeholders coming on board. I know that there is a setup which NADMO coordinates under the Ministry of Interior, right? But we should now see the direct involvement of the other key stakeholders, right? Contributing by way of data collection, contributing to NADMO's efforts by way of building capacity, getting early warning systems in place. And for us, the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, critically the issue of technology. What kind of technologies can we rollout to ensure that early warning information reaches the ordinary man at the community level, for them to be able to apply and use the information such that we reduce on the loss of lives, we reduce the loss of assets anytime there's a disaster by way of earthquake or flooding or whatnot. You know, for instance, we've had rain since Friday over this weekend, and we saw a number of places flooding. What was the arrangement? Did we have enough information to communicate to them? Did they have enough time to pack from where they live, right? So that the rains, when the rains comes down, it will not come and destroy their things. So these are some of the things that we need to look at. What kind of technology can we promote, or can we make available for the relevant agencies to use to be able to adequately communicate and disseminate information to communities, for them to be able to adapt properly.